All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Gary B. Jr., and today we're going to talk about how to get your song lyrics to sync up with the rhythm and the beat of the song. And we're going to do that by doing something very simple in FreeShow, but it's called recording. It's kind of like maybe running a macro or something like that, but in FreeShow, we call it recording the song lyrics, and we actually have them sync up with the song by playing back that recording. So let's talk about how to do that. The first thing you need to do is you need to get a song with the lyrics, right? And then you also need to get the actual track that you're going to play with that song, or be with your worship team or something like that during practice and actually record while they're singing it live and in front of you, in a sense. So, what I did is I went to Artlist and I got a song that I could actually play with you guys without there being any copyright issues. And it's called You Never Let Me Go. So, I'm going to copy my lyrics and we're going to paste those into our FreeShow program. So I'm going to go down to shows and I'm going to select new show. And then I'm going to put in the name. I'm going to make that caps. And it's going to be in my songs category. And I'm going to select the option here that says quick lyrics. If it's a popular song, you can do the web search, which is really cool as well. Or you can just do an empty show if you wanted to. But I'm going to select quick lyrics and I'm going to paste in my quick lyrics. And it gives you some options here. It says auto assign groups. I'm going to turn that off for now. And I'm going to allow it to be like it is. I'm just checking over it, make sure it's all good. And then I'm going to say max lines at 1. And then I'm going to add in my new show. All right. And we got all the lyrics there. The last thing I'm going to do with the slides, I'm going to add a slide to be the very first slide to be completely blank. Okay. And so I'm going to bring you, take my cares away, down. Okay. And then we got this blank slide here. All right. And I just like to start out each of my songs with a blank slide so I can actually let the band get started, or the worship team, or just the track that we're playing to let it get started. Now, the next thing we need is we need to actually add a music track or MP3, whatever way you've got that particular song, you've got to add that into here. So it could be a WAV file, I guess, but I've got an MP3 that I've actually put into my music folder. So I'm going to go to audio in FreeShow and I'm going to scroll down. I've actually already added the new folder for music and I've got it here. And this is the song. It's called You Never Let Me Go. So I'm going to drag that up here. And now I've got the track here. The very next thing we're going to do to actually get this to record is we're going to go over right up under our preview and where we would actually clear all. You got an option that says groups. You got one that says media. And then I'm going to select this little arrow for more options. And you'll see metadata and recording and notes. We're going to select the option that says recording. Once we do that, we're going to see the record button or the start record button here. And it says record and replay the timings of slides. And you can sync with an audio track on the first slide. And so we've got our audio track added. And now all we got to do is start the audio track and start the recording. All right. So I'm going to hit start recording and click there. And the music starts to play. And then I'm just going to arrow through, or I might click using my mouse so you can see me go from each slide to the next. All right, so we stopped our recording and I made a couple of mistakes. I believe I made a mistake right around here in slide 29. I actually jumped ahead. So let's see how this works and we'll get an idea of how we can massage this recording to make it work for us. All right. And so now I'm going to go ahead and go to clear all. And we got the option now to actually play the audio or sync. It says it's synced with the audio and we can actually play it now. And so we don't have anything going on. Nothing is selected. No slides are selected. But if you notice at the first slide, there is this little recording icon that says play slide recording. All right. So if I start it here, it'll automatically start playing and I can do it with look, I'll have my hands up here so you guys can see it. So I'm gonna start it up. Let's see what we got. And I'll make it big so you guys can see the whole thing. So it should be in sync. You can hear the music a little bit. And if you had a backdrop, you could have a backdrop playing in this point or something like that. I didn't put one in yet, but we could. And so see how that one came in so early? All right, so I'm gonna pause this. Let me see if I go back, will it start up there? I don't know. No, it won't okay, here we go. So it does start up there. Okay, so now what I wanna do is I wanna start at the beginning. Let's fix this beginning piece and let's go ahead and clear all. And what you've got on the right side, we've got this option to show when the slides will come in, and we can actually select these seconds and change them. So let's start this up again. I'm gonna start this up. Let's see when I actually need to bring this actual first verse or second slide in, slide number 2 here. And I can see the timer here. And I'm just gonna pause it when he starts to sing. See, I brought it up at about 21. All right, so I should have brought it to about 27. So I'm going to change this 21 to be 27. All right, and I can just hit enter to lock it in. Now let's start it up again. We will clear all and we'll select it again now. The idea is that it should not show up until after 27. I think I had it first at 21. So let's see, it's 18, 19, 21, 21. There we go. All right, so this is what it looks like now. So that's in sync, that's better. All right, so I've got my verses here. You guys kind of get the idea. I'm not gonna go too far in depth with it, but I will say this, is that you can change the way this looks. Instead of showing all the lyrics with the seconds building up, you can actually change the options and you can show the use duration time. So you can literally change the way it looks. So I can go back, close out the options, and now you'll see how long each one of these tracks was on. All right. So it's kind of like each individual part has its own length of time. So it shows the duration of each slide. This can be helpful. But what happens is if you change the length of one, what it does is you have to make sure that everything else after it had the right amount of time, because it's still going to be showing that same amount of time. So this is one way to do it if you need to do some fine tuning, but I would prefer personally to do it with, if you go down to the options here, to change the build up. Oh, let me go back to it. So go to options and then change it to say use duration time off. And you can see the build up here. So you can literally see exactly where it will fall in the timeline of the particular song. All right. And it just shows you seconds counting up and counting down. And so for me, I think I messed up somewhere around verse or slide 29, I think it was. I can't remember. It was maybe 30 or something like that. So whatever it was, I can go to 30 and I can actually go over here and I can make it start later or sooner. All right. And I think I needed to make it start later, but I don't know. So I would just go in here and you can manipulate that and go from there. All right. So hopefully this helps you understand. So now whenever I want to play the song, I can go here. Right. I had to pop up. I got the recording opened up so I can hit play here and you'll see it automatically starts the track and the song starts to go and I can see all of those parts of it. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped you in a major way. Now, at this point, most people would ask you to like and subscribe, and I think that's great, but my goal is a little bit different. My goal is to empower as many people as possible all over the globe. And there's one way that you can really help me do that, and that is to leave a comment below with a question, a thought, how this video may have helped you, or things that were left out that you still have questions about, and to share this video with someone just like you, someone who is looking for answers, someone who's curious and wants to grow. With your help, I believe we can build a community of people that want to grow together. So until next time, God bless.